Good morning. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Chancellor, Acting Vice-Chancellor, special guests, and of course, my fellow graduates. When I was initially asked to be valedictorian, I was confused and suspicious. Not how you would expect a valedictorian to act. But once I realised that I wasn't being pranked or scammed, an enormous amount of pride swept over me. The pride was not only because of what I'd achieved, but more because of all of you. Over my 7 years at the University of Southern Queensland, I have met the most incredible, talented, and inspirational people, and to stand up here and represent you is an honour I will never forget. So as I sat there, reading the email for the 10th time, as my wife was trying to convince me I wasn't pranked, I realised I would have to write a speech. So this could be interesting. My journey, I expect, would be remarkably similar to the graduates in front of me. It began with a passion to better myself, but was surrounded in self-doubt. As I began every paper, I would print off the study book, scan through it, looking at the graphs and equations, and I would immediately think, wow, what have I done? I can't get through all this. But I would chip away, watching the lectures, studying the material, and having panic attacks as the assignments and exams all arrived. However, all of the courses come, and eventually they all got ticked off, the same as all of you. So I'd like to thank the USQ staff, lecturers, and student support. They say there is no such thing as a stupid question, but I put that to the absolute test. But where would we be without our family and friends? My incredible wife spent many nights sitting there as I stood in front of her, waving my hands in the air as I was trying to explain to her why what the lecturers said didn't make sense. And then it would click. It was so obvious. I just needed to sound it out. As I would return to my desk, satisfied with what I had achieved, I would hear a quiet, confused voice say with an upward inflection, "You're welcome." And if you're a mature student like me, you may have children who shared this journey. On many nights, footballs remain unkicked, baseballs unthrown. However, I assure you it was for the greater good. You cannot get the time back, but the example you have set and the quality of time you now have with them is well worth it. So again, thank you to the family and friends, because without you being that sounding board or inspiration to better ourselves, we couldn't have done this without you. I often get asked, what was it like and was it worth it? From both people looking to advance their careers or people who know my story. The answer is always the same. Whether you do it on campus or extramurally, the mountain is very steep with many cliffs along the way. But once you reach the peak, the view is incredible. So remember, the university does not teach you how to do something, but more gives you the tools to learn to do that something. As Albert Einstein once said, wisdom is not a product of schooling, but a lifelong attempt to acquire it. Congratulations, graduates, on achieving your first step to acquiring wisdom. Thank you.